give me a heads up. So I'm going to take us on a journey. We're going to go through two parts, basically. The first part is what have we done to date, and we being Public Works and also our community partners, and Brian Lee's, and organizations such as Climate Action Now. So there are a lot of players involved in helping to bring the boulevard up to the state that it is right now. And there may be things that you haven't heard about, so this is kind of the fun part to see the reveal behind the curtain. So next slide, please. So the first thing Mohammed mentioned was that there are irrigation improvements. So we've been working to get the irrigation system that is in existence, which is potable water, to be functional. And at this point, basically, we have functionality of the spray bubblers all the way from Lincoln Way to Yorba. So that's the blue hatch. And then we have areas with quick couplers, which are something that hoses attached to, and they can water something more directly like small trees. Those are the orange lines. So those are in select places, and that actually kind of guides where we are doing our tree planting at the moment. And then in the median, the center median, where it's kind of a kind of gray-green color, we do have functional irrigation. It's drip irrigation right now, and some of it still has problems, and so we're still working those problems out. So it's an area that has some spottiness. So next slide, please. So this is just the other half of the boulevard. So you can kind of see where we have. So that went up to about Pacheco, I think, or Pintara, and now we're looking at Rivera over to Lake Merced. So, next, within the to-date category of things that we've worked on is the boulevard canopy. So, first thing that Hannah brought up is that Carla and her team have been working to remove a lot of the dead trees. So a lot of the hazardous debris on Sunset Boulevard is actually gone. And of course, with all those older trees gone, we want to create a new crop of trees that are growing and creating our new canopy. So one of the main things that has been in the very, very recent past supporting that is Marcus Major and his project, his organization Climate Action Now. They received a CAL FIRE grant to plant 350 trees, and 200 of those trees have already been planted. They have another 110 to go, and those will get done this summer. And we just heard from him they received a second grant, so he'll get another 350 trees to plant in the next year, which is really exciting news. And we also have an additional 100 trees coming up from Public Works that we're going to have planted on the boulevard. So it's not enough to cover, I would say. So if you see this in this diagram, it's 5 blocks, and that's almost all of the 350 trees. So with one more block, I think, on there, that'll be where the first grants money goes. So you can see, I think Marcus and I worked it out, but we talked about the cost of all trees for the whole boulevard being about, maybe 6 times that amount. So anyway, there's a lot more space to cover as the end of that. Next slide, please. So the next thing we want to talk about are the boulevard plantings, and then again, very big props to Brian Leese and his Greenway Gardener crew. You may have seen these gorgeous little pops of color. They're wildflower plantings. It's really minimal maintenance, which is something that we're exploring in terms of just making it easier to take care of such a huge amount of space. I should say this out loud. Sunset Boulevard is 2.5 miles from end to end, so it's a lot of space. And the medians are each about 100 feet wide by 600 feet long. So if you get your head around that, that's a lot to cover. So these are the locations where the current wildflower plantings are. And let's call out this one. So the Student Native Plants Garden, that's in coordination with students from St. Ignatius, is happening right across the street from us. So that's another kind of point of engagement too.
Sarah, she's the teacher.
Sarah's the teacher who's involved in that. So thank you. Yeah. I guess next slide is good. Brian is also working with some of, I'm blanking, the Ohlone tribe, is that right? Some of the members to work on a native useful garden. So that's another kind of aspect of planting that's going to be coming up on Sunset Boulevard. And then the other improvements our to-date category are recreation stops. So if you haven't visited them yet, it's pretty fun. There are about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, and they range all the way from Taraval to Noriega. And so these stations all have exercise equipment, and there's a bench nearby. And so it's part part of how we look at kind of Sunset Boulevard as a recreational corridor. And this is something that we may build on further in the future. So kind of keep in mind like where these sort of hubs of activities are. Next slide. So where do we go from here?
Not good.